1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. What's going
Yes,
on?
sir.
It's your girl Nat the GM. Got my guy Jones. Jones, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I know it's early, but it's getting interesting early. It's getting interesting.
Listen, actually, let's just jump into it because it definitely is getting interesting. My Celtics are undefeated. The only
Here
undefeated
she go,
team.
y'all. Here she
You
go.
know, and at least so last week when we was like mid show, I was keeping you updated on Boston versus Washington. We watched them 126, 107. And then we just kept watching people through the week, watching and watching and watching. Now we here on Monday and we 5-0. Everybody lost. Jones, how do you feel? How do you feel about the Boston Celtics?
I mean, they are so far the only team that on paper is transferring onto the court. So far, they're the only team that look like they supposed to look like. Other teams like that are doing good that we wasn't expected. Those are surprises. Everyone else is a surprise, but the Celtics are the only team right now in the NBA that's like, yep, yeah, we pretty much thought they were gonna be that fucking good, but damn, like we thought we had one loss at least. Like, come on, damn, just
Listen,
one. That could get us one. Shit, y'all
I,
showing off
I will
early.
I will say this. I think they lose tonight.
Ooh, who y'all got tonight? I didn't even
Minnesota.
look at. Minnesota is playing well right now, and that is a big lineup, so they can.
It's
Mm,
and it's not because they're gonna play bad. You're gonna lose. Like you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose about 15 to 18 games this season. That's just what's gonna happen. I don't. This is not gonna be a 73 and
right,
9 situation, all that stuff like that. Not saying that. But I think this is their first
right.
loss. If they don't lose this game, I will be very impressed. It's not because I don't believe in what we're doing and all that stuff like that, but I still think we're very thin. On the bench.
Hmm.
When I say thin, though, now 5 games in, I don't think it's because the players aren't there. I think it's because they're not being played. I think the wrong rotations are
Mm,
happening. I think less of Peyton Pritchard or less of Peyton Pritchard on ball would be great, and him playing
mm,
off ball would be great. He has a problem creating space, and he has a problem when you really need to rely on somebody scoring. He has a problem getting open, so therefore he's a lot of
right,
passing, then there's a turnover, and then you taking an ill advised shot, contested three, and then it's a bad shot. He hasn't learned how to learn to create space yet. So
right.
who can create space? So then I look at the bench and I'm like, Banton. Banton is actually
Mm,
solid at creating space. Put him on ball, let Peyton Pritchard play off ball, and Brissett comes in. He's just tough. He grabs
yeah, he is. I
boards.
like him.
Right. He defends, he
I
grabs
like him.
boards. I'm like, good locker room guy, very positive. And I've always liked him. So I'm like, cool. And then maybe Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett was on fire
Yeah, come on.
on
Yep.
that last game. I'm not even gonna hold you. Usually I got something to say, but what I realized is that when you put him in a little pick and roll situation or put him around the basket, he knows exactly what to do. He's not gonna
Right.
try to be nobody. He's like, I'm gonna just finish it. That's my job. I like that. So, you know, I, I'm curious to see tonight about the rotations. Like, how are the rotations? Are you going to give people an opportunity, or
Mm,
are you going to keep it the same? And and what the bench what's the bench going to do? Now, I will say the last 2 games, the benches looked very good. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
46 points, I think, on Friday, and then the next game they were solid again. So I was like, okay, they're starting to score some points here. So I'm like, all right, what do we have here? But let's talk about a little bit. Let's go to this Minnesota team. What do you see from this Minnesota team right now? Because as you have it, they are, what is their record? Minnesota 3-2.
They are 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. They just won 2 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Because right now they're sitting at fifth in the West, and they're playing well. So what do you see from Minnesota that's different from last year?
Right now, they seem like, so from what I remember from last year, especially towards the end of the season, or maybe like that playoff run. They were in the playoffs, right? I'm not
Minnesota, they
bugging, right?
lost to Denver.
They
They were the eighth seed, and they lost to Denver, the first seed.
right. Okay. Okay. So, but I remember, I think they were that last few games before going in. I'm not sure they were in the play-in. I think they had to go in the play-in or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I
Mhm.
just remember their last week or so, or 2 weeks, they were playing well, and that's what I'm remembering, what I'm being reminded of right now. Like
Yeah,
this team has a bright, uh how do you say it? They have a cap. Like they have a ceiling, but it's not that high of a ceiling. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So like right now, I feel like they're reaching that level. But throughout the season, we know they're going to turn back into the Minnesota that frustrates you, that have uh two bigs, and you're looking at them like, why did this trade even happen? Why are these two bigs playing? To me, I don't know how everyone else looked at this trade when Rudy Gobert ended up there, but I was not a fan of it. It didn't make sense to me, and so far it hasn't panned out. So, but as of right now, it looks good, but it's early, so I'm not a big fan yet. I got to see it keep going in order for me to be on the wave with these guys.
Hmm. So when it comes to Minnesota, I actually think that they'll play better than last year. I got
Mm.
them playing a little bit better. I actually think that they will end it possibly, let's see, where they're fifth seed. Last year they were eighth seed. I think that this year they can play themselves into probably the sixth seed.
Mm.
I'm gonna say the sixth seed. If they stay healthy, I think they can get to the sixth seed. Now, that's gonna suck because what you're gonna, be up against is it gonna be Golden State, Clippers, could be Lakers find themselves in that seed. I don't see them winning those matchups. I don't see it. Could be
Right.
Phoenix. Could be Phoenix.
Yeah.
And if they meet
Phoenix.
Phoenix, they are not winning. Like
No.
all these
No.
all these teams, they're not winning.
No.
It's just
They're not.
is what it is. Not to say that I don't like Minnesota. I think every year I always got something good to say about Minnesota. Um, Everyone loves Anthony Edwards. I love Cat. You know,
Love it.
Cat has been someone that I've loved since he's gotten into this league. Cat is a really good damn player. He's one of the best big man scorers of all time.
Absolutely.
People can't do what
Absolutely.
Cat does. Like
He's a problem. He's
he's
a
a
force.
problem. Get on him for being absent-minded. Get on him for being, not fully developed where he should be, where he's not, a negative on defense,
Mm-hmm.
overly emotional. Get on him on like with stuff like that.
Yep.
But when it comes to how this man scores the ball,
Yeah.
he's really
Untouched.
fucking good. You know? So I've always liked Cat because I appreciate his skill set. I just wish he was
Yeah.
better on the other end. You
Yeah.
know?
100%.
So that's all.
100%.
But I'm not one of those people, oh, he sucks. No, he doesn't. No,
No,
he
yeah, no, no,
doesn't.
no, no, no.
Like, what are
Yeah,
we saying?
anybody would love to have him on their team. Anybody.
Exactly. Someone that knows what to do with him. Like, if he was in
Stretch
Boston,
the floor. Yeah, come on now.
put him in Boston, he'd be a different player. Put him in New York, he would
Everyone
be.
can't go to Boston now, Matt. God damn.
Listen.
Everyone can't go to Boston. You just want everybody. Shit.
I don't want
Y'all
everybody.
5-0. Y'all don't need nobody. Y'all 5-0.
Yeah,
don't
I
need
mean,
nobody.
shit. If we ain't gonna stay 5-0, I mean, we might need some help, but we're gonna see how this bench is, and I pray everybody stays healthy. But let's get back to this East. So it's Milwaukee. Milwaukee. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't, but
yes, she does. Yes, she does. She means to laugh.
I don't mean to laugh. I don't. I really don't. But I really need to understand what the hell is going on with Milwaukee, because they don't look good. Defensively. Defensively, they are ranked in the bottom 5 of the league. What team is winning a championship out of the top 10?
No.
Happening.
And not to cut you off, but the strange thing about it is, yeah, we know they lost Drew Holiday, and he was the defensive guy for them.
Yep.
But you lose one guy, and you guys completely lose your defensive identity. It's like mind-boggling.
With Giannis and Brook Lopez still on that team.
Like I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. I don't get it.
They don't look good, and the thing is, I think it'll get a little bit better where they'll start winning games. They're still going to be top 3 in the East, but what we're looking at here is a team that I think that they traded the wrong person. Like, you were so concerned about getting some offense that you traded your defensive guy, the guy that does the dirty work, the actual guy that does the dirty work.
Yeah, it sets the tone on defense.
And sets the tone and can guard pretty much 1 through 4. You let that guy go for a guy that can't guard a parked car. And when you do that, Dame looks worse, actually, in this system. He's always sucked on defense. This man has never played.
Right.
He does not care. Let's be very clear. Damian Lillard does not care about defense. Just so we're clear about that. He doesn't give a shit. Okay? He's never given a shit. But now he really doesn't give a shit. I didn't know you could give a shit less, a fuck less. I didn't know that it could get even worse. He looks even worse in Milwaukee, Joe.
God, I'm like, yo, what's up with my guy?
How do you do that? How does one go from real bad to extremely bad on defense? And his body language is bad too. It's like you can tell when a team.
You can see it.
Right. You can see when a guy or you guys get together and it's like they're losing games. They don't got it all together yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Their body language is off.
It is. And
like Giannis, it's off. Like, hello, do something. Like that damn meme with the stick. Hello, do something. Do something. Yep. Like, they need you to take over and be that guy, and you are the guy. We're not gonna take that from you. But help your boy, because your boy, you got him there.
Exactly. I think they're going through the Miami Heat first year syndrome. I think when Miami Heat, when they first got together, they were LeBron and Wade were struggling to find out who was the guy, who was going to be the closer, things like that. Right now, I think that's what they're going through right now. They don't know, even though Giannis has said, "You the guy, it's you," and Lillard said, "No, you the best guy." They're going through that right now. So pump your brakes. I know you're feeling good over there, but pump your brakes. We gonna be all right. Dame time is coming. It's coming. Just not that time yet. It's coming though. The clock will come around.
The clock.
It's gonna. It'll get there. I don't know about defense. I can't say. I have no words for the defense. Yeah, I like that. I don't got no words.
It's Dame time. A broken clock is right twice a day, y'all. So it's Dame time. You absolutely.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
It's right twice a day.
Oh, sure.
right yet.
Man, don't do my Bucks like that. Yeah, come on, Dame.
Yo,
Giannis, come on, man.
how many
Like
teams you got, Jones? How
I,
many we it's always we. It's we with LA. It's
when
we.
you a Knicks fan, you pick on whoever you rocking with at
Why
this
don't you
point.
just be a Boston Celtics fan? It's much better. It feels better.
I'll be honest. I'm like this, like a little bit. Like, all right, go ahead, Boston, do your thing. Because right now, Bucks ain't doing shit. So I'm rocking with them. I'm rocking with Boston right now. I like what they doing. I like
I
what they
mean,
doing. But
we got a Jason Tatum, you know, who just
mm,
cracked 10,000 career
yep,
points.
he's hit, like it looked like the switch didn't turn off on that boy. God damn. And same with Jalen. Like Jalen, like yeah, I got paid. Oh yeah, now I'm just balling. I'm
Yeah,
just balling now. Let's
I
go.
like the first couple games. Jalen, I could see was pacing himself, trying to
Hmm.
get his footing. And then that third, fourth, and fifth game, he was great. You know, he had some moments, but he was really good. And what I like is like he's being aggressive. You know,
Mm.
I
Mm.
want them to start making their free throws though. I don't want y'all to get good so
Yeah.
like good
Exactly.
on offense and you know and scoring the damn ball. You forget that's easy money. It's like somebody giving you free money. I never understood that. Like if it's like
Right.
if somebody gonna give you points, they're giving you money. Like it's just
Right.
here. Why are you missing free throws? And that's him and
Okay.
Jason. Kind of weird,
What
right? Like,
What are your thoughts on your boy White? Because I like how he playing right now.
oh,
White,
Derek
my
White is like the forgotten man on this
mm,
team. Like, but you're not forgetting him because you know he's there.
he
But
lighting your ass up.
yes, right. I love him off ball. I'm so happy that Drew is actually on this team
Hmm.
because Drew is so much better as the point guard, you know, as the
Yep.
guy that's setting up the offense. Derek White can do it in spurts, but
Right.
Derek White is much better off ball, and that's what you're
Hundred
seeing.
percent.
So
Yep.
now you have Derek White playing off ball, but those two together, that's really the money right there. You know, those two
Mm-mm.
together are the best defensive backcourt in the league.
They getting after it.
They they are scary. Like that first game when they put Drew on Julius Randle, I was like, oh damn. I was
Like
like,
it's serious.
that's a problem because then it leaves Tatum to go guard somebody else, Jalen to go guard somebody else. You
That's
know,
a problem.
Derek White to go guard somebody else, and I'm like, damn, like that's gonna. You know what matchup I'm looking at? That's really gonna pay some dividends. I want to see how they play Denver. That's the one.
Mm,
That's the main matchup I want to see them play Denver because their
yeah.
favorite is Aaron Gordon, and I want to
Yep.
see if Drew Holiday how he does on Aaron Gordon because if he
Hmm.
does what I think he can do, or Michael Porter Jr., you know, because you could do that too.
Right. Shut him down. Yep.
Their teams are kind of built similarly, which is kind of funny, you
Hmm.
know. But I want to see how they play Denver, how Denver plays Boston, because that is the trajectory that I can see happening right now. That is
Right.
that's what I'm looking at, you know. So um I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that matchup. But Derek White, shout out to him. He just had another baby. So he's been
Oh
out 2
yeah, I saw that. Yep.
you know, he's gonna be out again. You know, so congratulations to him. I do know if you are a sports betting person,
Hmm.
when this man has a baby, his next game back, he is on fire. He has these spurts, a few games after having a child where he is so damn excited. It's like a new man. I'm saying,
You
all
about
right,
to go crazy?
he about to like them.
That Derek White.
I don't know them three threes, you know, with plus money. I might take
Uh
that,
huh.
you know.
For real. Might take that for real.
Might I might take that because he plays his ass off when he has a child, you know. And I don't know, look it up. He did that shit last year, and he played a hell of a game. Um, let's talk about Philly.
Mm,
What so Philly is not really skipping a beat. Like they don't have James Harden, so as you know, out James Harden, in Marcus Morris and Rocco.
Yep.
Robert Covington from the Clippers, and James Harden goes to the Clips, the LA Clippers. But Philly has been playing well. Maxey looks like he's primed for the most improved player award, which I think he's makes sense right now. Right now they are second in the East. They are 4-1. They've only lost one game and they've won 4 straight. Talk to me about Philly. What do you feel about them right now?
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Philly, even though it hurts at the same time because, like we spoke last time on the last episode, this hurts the Knicks' chance because now Philly's looking to keep this team together because they looking good. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Oubre. Oh my God, my boy is lighting them up. Like he took this opportunity and said, "Oh, what y'all not using Jim? Oh, heard y'all. This is my time now. They need a third player. I'll be that guy." He stepped up right into the role, and like you said, it's like they never missed a beat. So, Embiid is doing what he has to do. Tyrese Maxey is turning into that player that everyone thought he could turn into, and they look good. They look really good. I shouldn't be cheering for Philly at all. Being a Knicks fan, I'm really not. I'm like I don't really fuck with Philly, but I fuck with certain players on that team. So I'm happy for them, but at the end of the day, I hope the Knicks don't even. I'm not even gonna say that. They're gonna be better than the Knicks.
I fuck with the city of Philly. I like Philly. I like visiting.
Yeah. Wait, no, hold on. I can't even talk good about Philly. My boys just lost to them last night, in Cowboys versus Philly. So we're not even gonna get into Philly. Fuck Philly right now.
I can't even say that, but shout out to your boys. I know who they are. I got a couple of them boys on my fantasy team, and we just kicking ass. CD Lamb and Dak on my fantasy team. Shout out to them. I drafted them on purpose together. So
smart.
I still think y'all in good shape though, but we'll talk about that another time.
That's a fact.
When it comes to the 76ers, I really like this fucking team. I like them. I do.
It's hard not to.
I am a Maxey fan. I have always been a Maxey fan though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love how he plays the game, and he's so likable.
Yeah,
he plays
sure.
hard, but he's so fucking likable. When it comes to this off-season signings, the one signing I was pissed that Boston did not do was Kelly Oubre. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Everyone does this thing, right? And they did it to the 2 players that are making the most impact on the new teams off the bench and now in the starting lineup with Oubre. But Oubre and Christian Wood, they don't play defense. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They don't play defense. I think they try on defense.
Right.
They are not defensively gifted.
Right. Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that they don't play defense because what I see is effort out of both of those men, and they are making a big impact on their respective teams. Kelly Oubre was a hell of a signing. That was an A+ signing. He's turned himself into a hell of an offensive player, a hell of a shooter, hell of a scorer. How the hell do you think that would have worked on damn near any team that needed that?
Yep.
So
100%.
Him being in Philly is smart as hell because they're going to play better than they did last year. I have Philly being a much more cohesive team than last year. I think that this works. I think that a lot of it takes the way that the team is constructed takes the weights off of Embiid to always have to be the 35 or 40 point scorer when it counts or whatever.
Exactly.
You got guys that can actually make shots, So I don't know, man. I like this Philly team. I think that they're gonna be top 3 still in the I don't see anybody really that's gonna be knocking them down or whatever. I think that 1 and 2 is kind of set. I don't see anybody really knocking Milwaukee or Boston down. But what I will say, is Philly could be the number 2. I'm not even shocked if that would happen.
Yeah.
Not even shocked.
100%. Right now, I would say Celtics, Philly, and then Bucks right now. Top 3 teams in the East. For sure.
I see that. I see
I
that.
mean, I think that's how it will end up is what I should say. I think it'll be Boston. Bucks will make their run and get back up in that. Well, actually, it'll be a fight between Philly and the Bucks. I think it's going to be a fight between them two
I think it'll
for
be a
that
fight
number
between.
2 spot.
I think it'll be a fight between all three.
Hmm
I think it'll be a fight between all three. I do.
Yeah, all three. I think Boston though. They if they stay clicking like they clicking, yeah, I don't think anybody going to touch it. They look like the team.
Mm-hmm.
Not last season, the season before when they were actually playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
And they made that crazy run at the end of the year when they wasn't losing at all. Like
Yeah,
they starting to look like that team. And if they start looking like that team again, watch the fuck out.
that's real.
That's the team that went to the finals.
Yep, that is
Woo.
that is the team. Excuse me. The Magic, Orlando Magic. What do you think of the Orlando Magic?
I can't lie. I watched 2 games or 3 games, and I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. Them young dudes on that team, starting with my guy, what's his name? Pablo. Well, I said Pablo.
Oh,
What's his name? Paulo.
Paulo
My
Banchero.
boy.
Yeah.
He and they got scores all around that team. Like, I don't even know all their names. Let me make sure I got
Cole
their
and
names
Cole
correct.
Anthony. You got
Cole
Jalen
Anthony,
Suggs, Markel Fultz. You got Franz Wagner.
Suggs.
Yep.
Them
Gary
boys
Harris.
play hard.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys play hard. And when you got a young team like that, that's what you need. You need young guys that are playing fundamental basketball. And if you play fundamental basketball hard, no matter how old you are, if you got some skill and you put that with some fundamental basketball against any team in the league, you're going to get a few good W's. And they got a few good W's already. They beat the Lakers, made the Lakers look like shit. It was disgusting. I even watched the second half. I was so disgusted
Yeah.
in the Lakers. But I was still, at the same time, I'm looking at this Orlando team like, yo, they look good. And they have been good the last few years. But now it's starting to look like it's taking that next level. So I'm really happy for those guys. Like,
They've gotten the players that they've needed to rebuild this thing. They got rid of Aaron Gordon. They got rid of Nikola Vucevic.
mm-hmm.
Then they got the incoming Markel Fultz, and then they drafted Franz Wagner. They got Wendell Carter in the trade with Vucevic. They drafted Jalen Suggs. They signed Gary Harris. They have Cole Anthony. They've made some really, really. And then they drafted Paulo Banchero, which
mm-hmm.
he's a hell of a player.
He's taking that next step.
I really liked watching him play because I'm like, damn, he's good, and he's getting better. He's having a really good start to the season, So, because I remember last year he tapered off a little bit. It could have been fatigue, could have been a lot of things, but this season picked it right back up, and he's so. I really like Orlando, but I've always liked Orlando. I've liked Orlando since Dwight Howard days, since
that's true.
then.
That's true.
So I don't think there's ever been a time I did not like Orlando. I've always liked them. I liked them when Vucevic was there too, with Aaron Gordon, and I thought they played hard, and they were always in the playoffs. They were always like the 7th, 8th seed. I'm like, yo, they haven't been bad. They just don't have a lot of super talent on there.
Exactly.
So
they're starting to emerge.
Do you think this team can make the playoffs?
If this team can stay healthy and they can continue playing like this, absolutely. Because when I look at the East, I don't see a lot of teams that really stand out like that. Like we already named the top 3 teams: Celtics, 79ers, 76ers, and
79ers,
and the Bucks. Then you got the Nets. You got Pacers. You got Cleveland. You got Raptors who could possibly get in. You got Hawks. And then the rest are like, Heat. I'm not a believer in the Heat. I never really was a believer in the Heat. Hornets are the Hornets. We're expecting a leap from Ball and those boys, but it's not there. lost all hope in my Knicks. My Knicks don't look anything like they did last fucking year. They
Yeah,
might sneak in. I'm being emotional right now, but the way they look right now, don't
they'll
get me
make.
started. We gonna talk about them. And then Pistons, Bulls, and Wizards, like those teams are just playing ball right now. They just ball. They're not playing for nothing. Maybe the end season tournament because that's about the only thing they can win. If they
Bruh,
got a shot. But
listen.
other than that, the rest of those guys are quiet. But so yeah, to answer your question, Orlando could definitely make the playoffs.
I think that I have Orlando as like the seventh seed
Mhm.
this year. I
Yep.
The East is so top heavy. It's gonna leave some younger teams being able to get in.
Yep.
So I think two of those teams is going to be the Magic and the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
You know, um, which brings me to the Atlanta Hawks. um, what do you think? They've been playing well. They've been playing well. What do you think of the Hawks?
I'm not surprised by this. I'm really not surprised by this because this is what I thought they could do once they got Murray. It
Mm-hmm.
just didn't kick off right away. So I'm like, all right, now they got an off season to get it together. And now we're starting to see it happen. They still have some questions, but I think if they can continue playing smart basketball, I think that was part of the reason their problems last year. They played a lot of stupid basketball, a lot of hero basketball and stuff like that. Now they're
Mm-hmm.
playing team basketball. When you play team basketball, when you got a bunch of talent on the team, it works. And I think Trae Young, not saying that he was to blame for a lot of that, but he definitely was to blame for some of it. He definitely
Yeah.
has to take some of the blame being the head of that snake there. But now he's starting to trust his teammates more. And now that he's got another weapon next to him that he can trust him, he's letting him do his thing, and it's starting to
Mm-hmm.
work out. So I think that Hawks team, they're not going to win anything, but I think they'll make themselves a nice team and make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to the Atlanta Hawks, I think that they're finally starting to understand how to play Trey and DeJounte together. Because the good thing about getting DeJounte, he is a defensive specialist. He's a good defender. So therefore, he was
Yep.
supposed to be there to help Trey because Trey just no,
Forget about it.
just no. Like, and I'm not sure if he just doesn't give a shit or it's just that like not sure if I don't know if he's trying necessarily or
No,
if
he
he's
ain't give
just
a shit.
not good. Okay. See, I'm trying to get people out because Atlanta fans think I hate them, and I'm like, I don't like, but whatever. Um, but I think that they'll also be able to get in there as well. Again, they were there last year,
Right.
Boston, but they won 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should be able to do it again. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is the time for these young teams to make a move.
Yep.
In the playoffs, get some experience. See what you have, see what you're made of. This is how legends are built. The regular season is great. Legends are built.
Right.
In the playoffs. And then
Exactly.
those game 1s and 2s and 7s and everything. That's what
Right.
is built. So I do think that they'll continue to be really good. About a 40-42 record, maybe
Mm-hmm.
41-41 or something like that, still make it. And I think that when it comes to the Hawks, when it comes to who I say the Knicks, not the Knicks, or Orlando, yeah, and the Knicks,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those three, I think they might battle it out for that
Right.
6, 7, 8, whatever. But they're all young teams, and I think they play well. Your Knicks. I got a bone to pick with New York. So I guess 2 things. I got a bone to pick with y'all, and then I gotta tell you that you was right.
That's all I wanted to hear. I was just waiting. That's all. I'm good now. Go ahead. I'm good.
All right. So here's the thing. When it comes to y'all ain't playing Josh Hart right. Y'all need to give him up because I don't like how y'all treat that man. Like I'm one of the
Oh, my
weirdest
dog
NBA
dirty.
fans you'll find because I find the weirdest players and I say I'm a fan of that person. I follow them wherever they go. Josh Hart is one
Right.
of those people. He's on my list.
Yep.
I'm straight up
100%.
weird like that. It's like I find a player and I'm like, I always want to root for your success. Malcolm Brogdon
Mm-hmm.
is another one. Wherever Malcolm Brogdon is, I want them to win. I want him to shoot 45% from three, 55%
Right.
from the field, 95%
Right.
from the free throw line, from average 30. You know, it's just certain players I like. It's not all about the superstars. Like it's certain players.
Right. Right.
Love Josh Hart. I
Me
love,
too.
love this man. What the hell are y'all doing with him? Like, I will look, and y'all have made him into the weirdest player. He's very good at rebounding. He's a very good defender, and he's very good at he'll set up
That's
some
all I'm
people
nice like
whatever.
that.
He'll play make.
Mm-hmm.
But then y'all got him passing to people that are double team. Emmanuel quickly double team. Let's get him the ball, but you got the better shot. But he's not doing that, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in New York?
It's
Like
ridiculous.
what's up? And then, all right, you was right, Julius Randle. Okay. I'm done. I think I tweeted that yesterday. Y'all got it. I don't have it no more in me to keep defending somebody. I can't save somebody who don't want to be saved. I can't. And I have never seen a player who doesn't give a shit, who just like in your face telling you I don't care.
In your face.
He's like, I don't
Mm-mm.
give a shit about none of this. I'm going home and I'm a parent.
I'm
Like,
a parent.
fuck this job. He's so Mr. Fuck this job. I'm just looking at this
Yo,
like,
for real.
bro, you about to find yourself on somebody's bench, and then you find yourself on somebody's bench. You're gonna find some in somebody's G League, and then you're
Yep.
gonna be bouncing around the league
You're
as
gonna
that
find yourself on somebody's couch, nigga.
exactly, and you're gonna have your father on the couch.
Exactly. Bro.
Like, what's
Come
wrong
on,
with
man.
him? Talk to me, Jones. What the hell is wrong with Julius Randle? Man, I ain't never seen this man play this bad.
This is what I'm saying. He worked his ass off to get in this position. He worked his ass off being traded from team to team to get to finally a place where they accepted him. We wanted Julius Randle. Said, yes, give us him because we seen what he was doing. We've seen him. And he working hard. Now he came here. It's your team. He's doing his thing. I don't know if it's because of the addition of Jalen Brunson. Sometimes it seems like that. Last game it seemed like that because he had I don't know if you've seen the video of Brunson taking a shot and he shrugged and just walked back on defense. And I'm just like, see, this is exactly why I don't like this
Is
motherfucker.
that what it is? Brunson?
It got to be Brunson. I think it's Brunson because it seemed like it's gone downhill since Brunson got on the team. Last year, not so bad, but this year so far.
So Jalen Brunson bothers Julius Randle so much that he's shooting like 16% from the damn field or something, or 16% from three. Man, let me get these averages. I'm gonna tell you right now what this man is shooting because it's like if I don't, you won't see me. It's one of them things like you got to see it to believe. Like
it's disgusting. He's there to help you. He's there to help you. He's taking the load off of you, bro. You can't do it by yourself. Not in New York.
Let's see, Julius.
Oh man, it's bad out there.
I can't even like fathom what this man Julius Randle hitting is right here.
And when does he want to decide that he wants to wake up and realize that it's 2023 and not 1980?
Jones.
Bully basketball don't work like that anymore. The rules have changed.
He's
so you
averaging
can't play
14, 10, and 5, which is I think it's one of the lowest he's averaged in a very long time. He's averaging 2.7 turnovers, 27% from the field. 27% from the field. 61%. I'll give him 62 because it's 61.8. 62% from the free throw line. 22% from the 3-point line. I can't say anything. Like, there's nothing I can say about this man for this man. I used to defend him with the armor.
You
You
did. You did. And I gave it a shot. You said, Sean, just believe me, trust me. And I said, you know what, Nat, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna rock with him for. I'm gonna give him a shot. And this is what he did.
I'm done with Julius Randle because he looks like he doesn't give a shit. Honestly, if you don't give a shit, I don't give a shit either. So it's like
Right.
I'm cool with it. Whatever, my team
Right.
well, you know.
Exactly.
So if you want to be, you know, bummy out there, you do your thing. But it's fucked up because I was such a fan of his. I'm not a fan of people that don't give a shit and don't try.
Yep.
You
And
know.
I don't even want to put it all on him though. The team just looks bad, but a lot of the blame I want to put on the coach as well.
Oh, who?
Yeah,
Oh,
coach. Coach
oh,
Tibbs.
Trump Tibbs. What?
Tibbs. He got stood up.
I've been
He
asking for
ain't.
this man's head for like 10 years. Every team he's on, I said, y'all, if y'all don't get that man off your team, you're gonna have a rough year.
Oh my God. Coach Tibbs, what are you
Talk to me
doing?
about him. Talk to me about him. What is wrong in your viewpoint of Tibbs, Mr. Tom Thibodeau?
So the first thing you knocked it right out the park with he's doing our dog Josh Hart dirty because it's like he didn't realize what he did for us last year and decided, you know what, we're going to change your role this year and put you in a position that you were not so much used to. You could do it, but you're not so much used to doing that. So we're going to do that, and he's not very comfortable in that role, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, he's got the offense primarily running through Jalen Brunson, which I understand, but it seems like it's more ISO ball than it's flow or cuts and
Mm-hmm.
ball movement.
Yep.
We need ball movement. We cannot sit still and just fucking, hey, Jalen Brunson, ISO ball. We pass the ball a few times, do a few cuts, and then he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants with the ball. Or if it's not him, it's fucking Randall
Mm-hmm.
playing bully ball, which it's not the 80s anymore. The rules have changed where you cannot bully players like you did. You can back them down, but there's a certain way you can back them down now, Randall. You can't plow them over anymore like you keep doing. And the defense, which he's supposed to be a defensive-minded coach, he doesn't play. They don't play any defense.
Or you think they
So
still listen to him? Like, do you think that they're still listening to Tibbs?
that was going to be my next point. I don't think they respect him at all anymore. I think they're done with him. And
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't really get that sense until last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the playoffs. I forgot who it was, but someone got into an argument. I think it was Obi Toppin, actually. Yeah, I think that's why they got rid of him, because him and coach got into it. And when I heard, I don't know all the details, but from what I did hear about that argument, Obi Toppin was right.
Mm-hmm.
Coach was doing something that just didn't make sense for the team, putting guys in positions that they're not used to. And he's doing the same shit now. Coach, open your eyes and understand what you have.
Yep.
You have a good fucking decent team. We're not going to win the chip, but we can make some noise. We've seen it last year. It should transfer. Why is it not transferring? Because things are changing and guys don't respect you. So now they're out there doing, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to just do what the fuck I want. ISO ball, ISO ball. I got paid $40 million. Huh. And it's a mess out there. It looks like a fucking circus.
I have never been pro Tom Thibodeau as a head coach. I feel like he's missing some key factors and some key elements as a head coach, you know, where his game has not translated to today.
Yep.
It's like the way he wants to play is in the past, and he keeps trying to bring the past to the future in the present, and it does not work. That's why I'm never pro Tibbs as a head coach. And people keep giving him these jobs because people speak highly of him because you're not being honest about him.
Yep.
Keep going on about this reputation of the defensive-minded coach. And I'm like, yeah, but the rest of the way you coach is falling. And even so,
Right.
the defensive part is, it's okay.
It's
It's not
okay, but it's
it's
not
not
what it's
even
supposed to
good
be.
enough to be still a staple in on these teams. And New York doesn't learn
Hmm.
their lesson. We need a younger coach.
Yep.
We need a younger coach that can get through these players and has the locker room. You know,
100%.
and until you do that, New York is going to continue to have the same amount of success as the year prior. It's going to be the
Yep.
exact same. It's not going to change much. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fun. The garden's going to be rocking. And then
The guard is always fucking rocking for no fucking reason.
I'm like, what are y'all happy about? I'm like, why are you happy? Shut
You
up.
stay rock. I took my fucking hat off. I had my hat on and I just took that shit off. Like, I'm not even rocking with you. I got the mellow jersey. He not playing no more, so we
Yeah,
good.
that's safe. That's safe,
We good there, right?
I I would love to see New York just make better decisions. Like make better decisions. Get the coach out of there. Tom Thibodeau, I don't think he needs to be coaching. I'll be completely
Hmm.
honest with you. I think he's a really good assistant coach.
Yep.
And I always said if you go back to when Doc was the head coach, and then you had Tibbs as the assistant coach, and he was in charge of the
That
defense.
worked. Yep.
Coordinator.
That worked.
It worked for a reason, though. It worked
Hmm.
because Doc knows how to rally egos.
Hmm.
That is why he continues to get coaching.
Right, John.
He knows how
Yep.
to get through to guys that want to work hard. If you want
Hmm.
to come to work, he's going to come to work with you. He knows how to get through to you. People don't understand Doc Rivers, and I understand him. I understand him.
Right.
He works very hard, but he gets these egos in check. But when you
Hmm.
have a bunch of guys, that they're like, I'm somebody, or I'm this, I've scored this amount, or whatever. He's like, great. So you still are you, but I need you to just do it as a team. And he knows
Right.
to get through the guy.
Exactly.
This is why it works so well with Tom Thibodeau because he had the players and then he had the defense, and then it's like they were a balance.
Right.
You know,
100%. Need that.
there is no balance with Tom Thibodeau because all the wrong people are near him. It needs to be switched. He needs to be the
Hmm.
defensive guy, and somebody needs to come in and
Yep.
coach. So Knicks, I don't know, man. You're gonna be fun. I guess you're gonna get it together, or you're gonna go ahead and make that trade, to Minnesota and grab Cat, and then you're gonna have Cat and Jalen Brunson.
Anybody down with that? Get rid of this fucking bum and Randall.
They're
Somebody.
waiting. They're waiting for a surge, I think. So there's gonna be a surge where Randall does better. He gets his numbers. I kind of
Right.
told you his shit is in the gutter. Like it's
Those
in the.
numbers you just said was disgusting. I can
It's.
shoot better percentage than that.
I think everybody can who gives a shit about shooting. Like I think
God.
everybody who has a shot at least be like 45% from the field, and
Lord.
about
You're
35%
big.
from three. But this man's in the 20s. All set.
Dude.
All set.
He should have kept his braids or whatever, his dreads. Like,
Is that what it is?
shit, maybe that's what it is. Shit.
I think
God
he
damn.
just sucking this year. I ain't even gonna stick up him no more. I'm done with that
Yeah,
man.
you know
But
how I feel.
we're gonna roll to the west a little bit because I want to make sure
That's
before we
tight.
get out of here, I just
Mhm.
want to talk about a couple things. Warriors. The Warriors are playing some good fucking
Mhm.
basketball. The Golden State Warriors look rejuvenated. They look like this Chris Paul thing is actually working because Chris does not have to score. Chris, literally, what is he averaging? Like 8 or 9 assists or something like that?
Yeah, I think 8-ish, 9, or close to 9.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, so I got it right here. Chris Paul, 8 assists. He's averaging 7 points, about 4 rebounds. So I'll give him 8. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists.
Mm-hmm.
But those are
That's all
some
they need.
meaningful numbers.
100%.
Now this is the problem. His field goal percentage is in the fucking gutter too. 32% from
That's
the
all
field,
right.
82% from the free throw line, 7.7% from 3. He's in a single.
Hey. God damn.
He's in hell. That's where he's shooting from hell.
That's all right. They don't even need him for a lot.
Jesus.
As long as
So
he's getting those
they don't need him.
dimes, they good on that.
But they don't need it because right now they are sitting at, what is the Warriors sitting at?
They
5 and 2.
second.
Third.
Yeah. Third.
5 and 2. So what do you think about the Golden State Warriors and how they've been playing? You know, no Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is stinking it the fuck up in Washington, you know, playing himself in the G League. So what do you think about Chris Paul in Golden State?
I'm loving it. And the Warriors was the first team I thought about when we were talking about the Knicks, because when you mentioned getting a younger coach, not that they have a young coach, but Steve Kerr runs his offense like a young-minded coach. They play fundamental basketball. Young coaches play fundamental basketball when they first start out, because they usually have a young team, and they want their young team to learn how to fucking play this game,
right,
and get from there. And that's the same shit with this team. This Warriors team still plays fundamental basketball at the highest fucking level. And it's beautiful to watch, because you got a bunch of veterans that, if they really wanted to, especially Steph, I don't need to run shit. I'm going to pull up from half court, and y'all all going to be cool with it, because I've done it 100 times. So y'all going to be good. I can do whatever I want. He could do that. Clay, Dre, they could be one of those selfish type of players. But no, they're bought in, and they've been bought in, because they know that's how they got them rings. And they're still bought into that same shit. And I just love it. The only thing that I'm worried about, and that CP3 addition, like I thought would work out, because I thought he would help that second unit out and those young guys out tremendously. The only thing I worry about, though, is it gonna last? I'm worried about it being, can they keep this up for 82 games? Now, obviously, they're gonna go through their downs, but when they do go through those downs, is it gonna be one of those long streak downs, or are they gonna take a few falls and get right back up and keep going? That's what I'm waiting to see. What type of Warrior, what we're gonna see later on down the season. But right now, they look fucking good. They look good.
So on top of the Chris Paul edition, gotta show some love to Jonathan Kuminga, who is now averaging 13 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist and half a block. I would like to see those numbers go up, because as a power forward, how the hell do you just get 3 rebounds? You know, like, I thought that's interesting, and I think they're going to have some struggles with certain teams with rebounding. They're going to need him to up that to probably 6.
Yep.
He needs to double his rebounds, and probably in the assists, I'm not really going to trip about, but 13 and 6 would be nice. But nonetheless, those points matter. So that's off the bench. So you have one guy averaging 13 points. Your point guard off the bench is averaging, 8, 4, and 8.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid, you know. So to me, that's why this is working. You know, that's what they needed. Jordan Poole is young. He still doesn't understand how to get himself into rhythm. He just thinks that he's going to shoot a bunch of threes. It's going to fall. And then, hey, I'm like Steph. I was playing under Steph. And it's like, no, you are not that kind of talent.
Yep.
He doesn't understand that. I feel like Jordan Poole's going to play himself out of the league. And it's going to be sad to watch, because he does not understand, like, everything doesn't have to be 15 threes a game. Slow down. Go in there for a floater. The art of the floater is lost upon us, in ball nowadays. A guard who has a floater, that saves your life. Or you can break them down. You get in the pages. That just like, it saves lives. It really does. And it's it gets you easy buckets or mid range, a pick and pop kind of situation. Be good off the pick. Somebody said a pick, you come out with the curl, and you're right there, boom. But he doesn't understand how to get himself going. So as you see, for the first 6 games, he's terrible.
Terrible.
This man is horrible.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention was about CP3.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last year what the team looked like when Steph was on the bench. Mm-hmm. When Steph went to the bench, their plus minus was horrible. But now, CP, like you said, he ain't shooting well, but he's still getting those assists. He's still making sure other people are scoring. So that's a huge plus, especially when you got rid of Jordan Poole, who was stinking it up last year and just continuing to stink it up this year. So, plus, that was a win for sure for the Warriors.
No, that's definitely so. Shout out to the Warriors. Like, we're gonna see if it continues, but right now, and Steph looks like a top 5 MVP candidate. I think I saw a list. He's number 10. I don't know what y'all are drinking, and you gotta give it up. Something's wrong. He's top 5. He looks phenomenal. This man is like 35 years old. Watch him.
Still killing him.
Phenomenal. He looks
still looking young. Yep.
Jesus.
Still looking young.
Y'all talk about so many other people how they look.
Yep.
Don't forget about the other ones. Steph Curry looks great. He's playing phenomenally. So like, give him his props too, because he's
got to.
Jesus Christ, that's great. Right. I don't think anybody's ever gonna touch that man's 3-point title. But he's still playing. He broke it like 2 years ago.
Right. Exactly.
He's still playing today. And he's probably going to play another 5 years.
Right. There's no one coming close to
You're never going to break it. You got to play 20 plus years to try to break it, and you got to.
They got to create a 4-point line in order for you
exactly. To break that shit. They have to create and I think that will happen. Like.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's coming. It's coming.
I think that will happen at some point. Let's talk real quick about the Suns. What do you talk about them? What you think of these Suns? Like, let's go as far as you ain't shit right now. They are 3-4.
I mean, it is early. I'll say that, but I was one of those that said it. I'm not too. They're gonna be a good team. It's early. They're gonna get it together.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they cannot win games when one of the big three is off the court, is not playing, is like mind-boggling to me. How Durant can win games against who was it? They played the other night. The Spurs. What's going on? Who did they play when they played the Spurs twice, matter of fact. No, they beat the Spurs the first time.
No,
second time they beat oh yeah, that's right. They lost the first time. And then they lost the second time even worse than they did the first time. Yep. You're right, absolutely. And that's the second time they had Book. They had Book the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's weird to see that this team is not lighting teams up right now. I mean, now obviously they haven't had all three on the court, but even with two, you should just be fine. You should be just fine. That team has weapons, but it just doesn't seem like it's going down like that. But what else have I noticed about the Suns? There was something else.
They don't play no defense.
Defense, which is another thing that you get if you're going to play. If you think you're going to go to the finals this year in a packed, stacked West without no defense, think again.
They play no defense. They have
it ain't gonna happen.
spurts where they have good defensive possessions. It's spurts. It's like here and there. great defensive teams or championship caliber teams play defense all the time.
Yep.
I actually like their personnel. I do like it. I don't like how it's being utilized. I don't think that they're utilizing it correctly. I think that the game plan is all fucked up when you talk about Phoenix. When you talk about Phoenix, the bench, how they use the bench, Eubanks should probably play more because he's a little bit of a better defender than Nurkic. And also, when you have those bigs in there, you cannot waste their minutes either. If they are around the basket, give them the ball. Their hands are crafty enough. They are crafty enough scorers where they can finish it.
100%, especially Nurkic.
Yes, if you remember, he was actually like a 14, 10, and kind of like
my guy
player.
I fucked with Nurkic for real.
I like Nurkic a lot. You're not utilizing him right either, you know. So then you got Eric Gordon, who's doing very well. He's the vet that they need, or whatever. He's going to be able to shoot that ball. One thing
he's gonna need to. Yep. Yeah, that's a fact.
Eubanks needs to play more. Okogie is tough. You know, pound for pound, he's tough. They need to play him, but when he's out there, you can't do cardio. If you got to stop people, and you also got to have a few points. You know,
for real, you can't just be out there running the court.
It's insane. You can't do that. You know, so I like it. The smartest thing they can do, though, which I'm going to criticize the Clippers a little bit, and they're playing right now, and I think that it's an interesting game. I got to check in on that, but I'll update you on the score in a minute. But I'm going to criticize them a little bit. Playing Russell Westbrook, Harden, PG-13, Kawhi, and all in the starting lineup to me is crazy. I don't think that makes sense at all. Like, you need to start one, which is Harden, and then you need to sit one on the bench, which is Russell. You know,
which is Westbrook. Exactly.
Sit him on the bench, and it's not because he sucks. That's the thing. It's not because he's right. I'm pro Westbrook. Y'all are lucky to have Russell Westbrook on that Clippers team. Let's be real. All right, let's be all the way real. He saved y'all.
Appease too many people. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to appease. They're like, oh shit, well, Russ saved us last year, so how could we put him on the bench? Motherfucker, because we trying to win it this year. That's why. You just got fucking James Harden. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
Russ will be fine.
And right now the score is 18-17. 40 seconds left in the first. 18 LA. New York was 17. It's a low scoring first half.
I wouldn't be surprised if we won this fucking game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Russell Westbrook, 9 points. You know, Kawhi 4, Zubac 3, George 2, Harden 0. You know, and that's kind of what's happening. Julius Randle has 6 points and 4 rebounds. Barrett has 6. Brunson has 5. This might be a Julius Randle game. He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's gonna have to step up on this one.
Yeah, he's doing okay. But they have to figure that part out in Phoenix. But if Bradley Beal comes off the bench, is the smartest thing you can do. Put him on the bench.
I didn't think about that. That would be smart as hell. I don't know if they do it, but man, that would be smart as hell.
Him and Gordon off the bench with Eubanks.
That would be. You need that too. You need
Smart thing you do. And you can keep Okogie in the starting lineup or whatever, because if you have Durant, and then you have Devin Booker, and then you have Nurkic, that's enough. It's enough.
That's 100%.
You trust me, it's enough for the starting lineup.
You're good. Right.
What you're going to close with, though, Beal is probably that lineup.
There you go.
But
same with the Clippers. They can do that too.
Right. You can close with it if it's working. If it's working,
right. If it's working,
you know, or interchange them. But you have a good problem. They both have good problems, but when is Frank Vogel going to coach? Have you seen Frank Vogel?
No, and he ain't going to coach. He
Oh,
ain't.
I haven't seen Frank Vogel at all, and that's to me my problem. I haven't seen him at all. Like I see glimpses of it. I'm like, is he coaching? I'm like, who's team? What team is he the coach of? I'm like, damn, they keep putting him on the screen, and it's like, I know it ain't Phoenix,
Kawhi's the coach over there.
huh?
Kawhi's the coach
You
over
mean
there.
Durant or Booker?
I mean, Durant. That's what I was meant to say. Durant, the coach over there. Like he said when he was in Brooklyn. Yeah, me and Kyrie over here running this shit.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same shit over here in Cleveland. Because Vogel, yeah, he won a chip, but he had Brown and AD over there. Yeah, we're not doing that.
I don't see none of your personality and none of this shit. I don't see none of your philosophy and shit. What is your philosophy? What are you doing? So I'm out on Phoenix because of Frank Vogel right now. I still think that they're going to be very fucking good. I still think
Yeah.
that they're going to be hard to stop because the scoring is just so easy for them. It makes
exactly.
me sometimes. But
second nature to them.
It's just second nature. Let me see if they can have a defensive identity. If they can get a defensive identity, that's when things will start changing for them.
100%.
You know.
100%.
So and like let's just run through it right now. What do you think of the Lakers before we get out of here?
The Lakers, they got a lot of shit they need to get together. I'm not understanding the I can't think of the word right now, but the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not understanding the rotation right now. He's only playing 8. This is not the playoffs.
Yeah.
Get these fucking guys in and let them get warmed up and let them fill out. Like, I don't understand it. I think Vanderbilt I know he was injured, but I think he's available to come back now. We haven't seen him yet. I hope to see him in this game. I think they're actually playing right now. I hope to see him in this game. I want to see other guys too. Guys got to rest that last game against Orlando for what? What are we doing? What are we doing? The season just fucking started. We are not Kawhi and PG. Get your ass out there. We need to get this chemistry thing going.
31-28 Lakers right now. Still the first quarter in Miami.
Well, we're going to win that game. Miami ain't shit. So that's not going to give me too much, like I ain't going to be all that hype. But
I didn't say it. They the defending Eastern Conference champs, though.
They are, but we all know they got. I was just watching. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? They were playing the reruns of the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all versus. Yeah, I'm sorry to have to bring that up on you. And it's just crazy because I'm looking at that game. I'm like, damn, y'all, how the fuck did the Celtics blow this shit, man? How?
That didn't bother me. I'm gonna be real. That shit didn't bother me because I was like, you know what? I knew this shit wasn't gonna work. We didn't have an identity like we did the year before,
right?
And we were struggling. Like we're not beating the teams we're supposed to be. If the writing's on the wall, teams develop habits. You don't have to always look at a record, but what you need to look at is how you're developing a habit. And we developed a habit, and that's how we lost. So, but continue with your.
But yeah. So the Lakers need to get back to playing how they were playing at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And one, we need to feed AD. AD needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He's been better as of late, but I need more. There's nobody on the fucking court that can stop you. Like nobody.
Himself.
There you go. He's the only one. And for some reason, he keeps doing that. He keeps letting AD get in front of him and fuck him up. And I just don't understand it. It is the most frustrating fucking thing in the world because you're asking for a man that's basically about to be 39 in a month to take over.
39.
Phenomenal things.
39. Damn.
Yeah. 30 goddamn 9. And he's, you know what? Let's get off of AD real quick. Let's talk about that man real quick. 39. And he's still doing his goddamn thizzle. Still doing his thizzle. Shooting the ball, the ball a little bit better this season. He's getting to the rack, which is what I've been wanting him to do. I get it. You're 39. You ain't trying to drive all the time. But guess what? That's what's easy for you. That is what's easy for you, King. So do that. We don't need to see you chuck a whole bunch of threes.
That's
Do
real.
that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. And Russ, you not Russ no more. You are D-Lo. You got your name back, my boy. You got your name back because now I'm seeing D-Lo do D-Lo things. The Minnesota D-Lo. Now that's the one I was looking at. That's who I wanted to see. Now we need that for a whole season. And then the rest of the guys are going to have to step up, and we good. But I'm hyped because I see the potential. But then when I watch the fucking games, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing out here? Like, what are we doing? We have AD and LeBron. That's all that needs to be said. And we're 3-4, or whatever the fuck we are, 3-2.
I think you're 3-3 or 3-4. The thing about I think the Lakers for me is they signed a bunch of players. It's like throwing shit on a wall and hope it sticks.
Yeah.
You know. And that's what they did, you know, and I think that they do have a couple of good pieces, but I don't trust Darvin Ham to figure it out, to be honest with you. So
come on, Ham. Come on, Ham. Damn.
So
I hate these lineups. I hate them.
Yeah, I just don't trust them to figure it out because I like your pieces. I do. I like
you got some Woods.
Yeah, you got Wood, and I like Christian Wood. You know, I like Gabe too. You know, I think that he's better in a Miami Heat system. You know, but I think he can still give you something because I still think he's under control. I think he's still very smart or whatever. Learn the system a little bit. It'll be all right.
Who my dog from that just came from the Knicks?
Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish. There you go. Like, we got pieces, but he's just not utilizing them correctly, man.
You got some good pieces. I do like it, but I still don't trust it, and I still think that teams that you're going to have to really defend that are also veterans, that are also championship, contending teams. I think that having to look over and have Reeves as a defender, D'Lo, and then Gabe Vincent, I think that that's a problem. And I think that people are just going to take advantage, unfortunately at the wrong time for y'all.
I can't get a win, man. I just can't get a fucking win out.
If you were a Celtics fan, you wouldn't be going through this, because you'd feel better about yourself right now. Because then you can look and say, "Oh my God."
I hope, man. I don't want to put this on you, but I hope they lose like 3 games this week, so that way when we come back next week, you're a little bit more salty.
It's hard for me to be salty, Jones. You know why? Because the glass is always half full. That's the kind of personality I got. You know this. It's hard. It's hard to get me to be salty because I just know that we're going to end.
All we need is some 3 losses, some bad losses from the Celtics, and your ass going to be in here salty as shit. That's all we need. That's all we need.
You wish bad on me?
I don't wish bad. I wish bad on the Celtics. No, I can't even say that. I don't wish bad on the Celtics. I'm just mad. I'm emotional right now.
Man,
both of my teams suck.
Listen.
All 3 of my teams sucks. The Bucks too.
I hope that when you walk, your shoes become untied and you trip. On that.
I deserve that.
On that note, yo, I'm your girl, Nat the GM. This is my guy, Jones in the sports. Where can they find you, my guy?
You can find me on all social media. I should have put my thing on there, but Jones in for FOR Sports. Jones in for Sports on all social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and whatever else you got. I probably got one of those things too. So check your boy out.
Absolutely. And as my name is here with the underscores, that's how I am on Twitter, Nat the GM on Twitter. So thank y'all for coming through.
Hit that subscribe button, subscribe, you heard?
Like and subscribe. Yes, like and subscribe. Holla at us. Peace.
Yes,